Hi, I'm Chuck Kiley with Greenwald Sales and Marketing. Today I want to talk to you about the Waring Immersion blender line. So this is really about the evolution of the Waring immersion blenders. First we have the Quick Stick. The Quick Stick is meant for small batches. With any of our immersion blenders, you can only submerge them to about 75% of the shaft length. So you got to think of the vessel you're going to be blending in before you select which one would be appropriate for your application. So I'm going to show you kind of how each of these work from the Quick Stick all the way up to the Big Stick, and then you can kind of see how they kind of get this water rotating. So on low, you can see that the amount of water that this is trying to mix is a little too much for this machine. You can see it's still moving the water, but it's a little bit harder. Put that on high, and it does move the water, but again, you're limited to 75% of the shaft length, so you're really not, this is not the right application for this unit. However, if you had a smaller pot or a smaller batch of vinaigrettes or something like that, this is the way to go. This is our Quick Stick WSB 35. Then we go to its big brother. The big brother, WSB 40. This is a 10-inch versus a 7-inch shaft. Again, 75%. It is fully attached, so you cannot detach the shaft from the motor, but you can see a significant increase in power with this unit. To start this one, it is 2-button press, so you're pressing the trigger and the top button for safety. Then you can let go of the top and just use the trigger. On low, you can see that it did move the water in this vessel quite aggressively. On high, you'll see a big difference with this. That is the WSB 40 10-inch with a permanently attached shaft. Then we move to the Big Stick. The Big Stick really does have an application for every need in the kitchen. This same power pack on our 1 horsepower model can take a 12-inch, 14, 16, 18, and 21-inch shaft lengths, as well as a whisk attachment. So that is able to be powered by the same power pack. The big difference in this one is you do have a removable shaft with replacement couplings. So the coupling piece in here is a nylon gear that does wear over time, but it's a very inexpensive part and very easy to take this off and replace so that you can have this used for a very long time. Also, NSF certification on both the motor and the shaft. So, and you can also, this is sealed on both the bottom and the top and can go right into a commercial dish machine. So with that said, let's see how this thing works. So you put that attached to the motor. You do have a handheld here, and you have variable speed. I'm going to start this on low, and once I have this going, I will not need to hold either the button or the safety button. I can just hold the unit itself and do what I need to do. So let's put this in, get it started, and you can see that I don't have to hold the trigger anymore to keep this going, and that it's a light movement of the products for some of your more delicate mixtures, but you do have a variable speed, and I will increase the speed and then talk to you about it afterward. Turn it off, press the button on the side, and you can turn it off. Another great feature of this is if you have a stock pot or some other type of vessel that we have a bowl clamp. So you can put the bowl clamp on here, set this in, tighten the bowl clamp against the shaft, get this started, and now you can safely use this on a stock pot or a kettle or a big container and not worry about this falling out and having a safety issue in your kitchen. So I talked about the evolution of the Immersion blender. So with that said, the new Big Stick Evolution X from Waring is crazy exciting. A couple of quick things that you'll notice right out the bat is an adjustable handle. This is great for ergonomic, being able to hold at different positions depending on your height, depending on whether or not you're putting your vessel on the ground or on a lower table or a little bit higher on top of a stovetop application. So this will help you with wherever that's going to be comfortable for you to be able to use. We also have the handle designed so you can start it here or here. So if that vessel was on the ground, I would probably hold it there and be able to comfortably hold it from the top as opposed to the side. But since this is on the table, I'm going to hold it on the side. The other thing that we changed is that on here, the variable speed was on the front and it was a dial. With this one, we put the variable speed on the top and made it digital. So you would be better able to understand what is the right level that I need for the mixture and consistency that I'm going to need to be able to achieve. So by doing that, we can visually have a numbered scale 1 through 9 with the button, plus or minus 1. So with that said, we do start the same way. We do have a removable shaft, just like we did with this one. You go from a 1 horsepower to 1.5 horsepower. You will definitely notice the amount of power that you have on this particular unit. So you would press the button as we did before, and then press the power button, and then you will be able to go ahead and use this. That's on low. Okay, so I let go. I had to hold the trigger the whole time, and then when I let go, it stopped. On this unit, rather than it automatically having a constant flow of, or a constant spinning of the blade, when you start it, you will hold the trigger and the power button for several seconds until it stays on by itself. That is another safety benefit so that you can intentionally have it going by itself as opposed to automatically having it go by itself. So I'll show you that now. So you just hold it for a few seconds, let it go. We can use our bowl clamp, same as we did with the other one, and then you could adjust your speed, have it resting in the bowl clamp, and go from there. Then you just press the button and you are off again safely using it. So when I'm done with this unit now and I'm ready to store it, this is another added benefit. We changed the cord, so it does have a field replaceable cord because commercial kitchens, you know, sometimes things get crazy and you might damage your cord or whatever. Also, when you go to put this on the wall, we do have a wall bracket that you can hang this on so you can safely put your immersion blender away. And then this little clip down here that clips onto the shaft is a cord holder. So you can safely wrap your cord without pulling away from here or having it rest on the ground and getting tripped over or cut from some other cart or something else like that that's running around in the kitchen. So with that said, this is the Waring Evolution X. Phenomenal upgrade from our already awesome Big Stick versions. So please get in touch with us at Greenwald Sales and Marketing so that we can help you understand which immersion blender is right for your application. You can reach us at info@greenwaldsales.com. Thank you.